Okay, I really wanted to do a video yesterday, but I was kind of in the flow. I was working, and there's some certain things that I've been working on that I needed to stay in flow state. So I'm in the detail portion of this right now. I did finish, and I'll take some pictures and post them. I did finish lining the box drawer. That's done. And then within the box, there's some things that are going to be going inside of it. And as you can see here, this is clothing that I've been working on, which I'll talk about in a second. But I want to talk about this first. And I need to look this up because this isn't finished. It's Osuspanki. Punky. Osuspanki. These are little sewing kits that used to be given away on by different places. Usually it was one of the ferry lines if you were going with them, and it's just a typical little click purse. This one, it's got the little scissors are broken. I bought these at a the Echo Center. I've got a couple more of them. I find them just absolutely endearing, and I love the little snaps on them. They seem really, I like them. So I need to look up what this means. And I unfortunately did not take a picture of this one because you can see this one is different. Let me see if I can get this. I just don't want it to shine too much. Because these are just vinyl, it's plastic. Acrylic paint will stick really well to it. This isn't something that's going to get a whole lot of wear and tear. If this was something that was going in and out of a bag, it's going to have wear and tear, and I would have used something a little different on it. But you can see it just now looks like, I think it took 3 or 4, 5 coats maybe of the green, and then I started adding in where'd it go? Some of the Mod Podge. Again, this is an acrylic sealer which also acts as a glue, which can also help keep layers together. So I kind of interspersed it, and then I was just going to paint it green, and then I decided to test it and see if I could get a flower to stick to it, and guess what? They stick really well. So I added some flowers to the side. I didn't add any here because this is the portion that's going to be moving a whole lot. So you can see this right here. Now it's open just a tiny bit. This one never did close all the way. I chose this one because I like the inside. And what I did was I came through and added my own things to it. This is now embroidery floss and not sewing thread. And this is the little tape measure on the inside that's imperial and metric, and you can see it's kind of shiny now. I did what I call the cheap lamination, which is really nice clear tape. I used a really thin packing tape and burnished it down really hard on both sides. The contents in here that were that stayed the same are the little needle threader. This needle right here came with it. This was a clear piece of plastic. You can kind of see it kind of tore up here at the one little side. I added in the pins and different color buttons. I also, if you look at this, I cut out some board and then covered it with brown paper and put that on top. The scissors are the ones that go in this little kit, but it won't hold them anymore. So these will be going into the drawer. And I think this turned out really super cute. There's a specific reason. Everything that's going in the box has a very specific reason for going in the box, which is something that I'll show you when that happens, when I put that all together. I also started piecing and doing some sewing. And you can see here, this is the outside skirt. And you're probably wondering why this isn't ironed. Well, my first answer is I don't own an iron. But I needed to wash the fabric. And here's the thing. In my mind, if all of the fabric is this way, then it doesn't look like a mistake. Does that make sense? Also, this feeds into, because this doll is a portrait of myself, when I was younger, I hated ironing my clothes. Absolutely detested it. So there's a part of me that's like, oh well, it's convenient I don't have an iron, but yeah. So you can see here, I've got the style of hemwork that I do, if you can see those little stitches. I didn't do a rolled hem on this one because this isn't going to get a lot of movement, so there shouldn't be any fraying. These are the little, how should I put it? If I turn them this way and put the bodice next to it, you can see these are going to be like the little poofy sleeves. And I've just started putting these together. These are just going to have flipped hems. I'm going to sew them and then attach them, I think, to the arms instead of the little bodice part here. And you can see I'm doing all of the, I'm hand sewing. I don't have a sewing machine. I have to hand sew. So I'm doing a, if I can get this up here, I'm just doing a back stitch, single thread back stitch. All the way along here, and just doing it in the white because that will work. Now I've pinned this together because what I need to do next is I need to just sew these together and then I can flip it inside out. I also need to figure out, some of this is going to come off or go up. I need to figure out which is which on that one. This is what just took me forever yesterday. I love this lace, and the stitching on this one, I couldn't just, there's a part of me sometimes when it's like I just can't half-ass it. I want it to look a certain way. I tried doing a running stitch and I'm like, ugh, I hate this. So on the back, you can see, I did a running stitch on just the little flipped hem, but then I did a back stitch all the way around. Now, the reason I haven't sewn these together yet is because it's basically just a little tube. I'll sew each of these together and then put them inside of each other and then do one single stitch around the outside. That's the drawstring part that will hold the dresses together. I do that for two reasons. Number one, it's a tiny bit less bulky around this area, specifically if I want to grab the doll here. Oh yeah, and I did the underpants. It's a little less bulky around here because I don't like it getting kind of wadded up here. I can also do some trim work on the inside to kind of debulk some of that. And I wanted to make sure that there was going to be enough room for the little panties here. She is wired. I'm just not bending her legs back. I was kind of dorky. I pulled these up too tight because I didn't want a lot of ballooning at the bottom, and that's why you see this little pull here. Is I pulled it up tight here, but then when I was pulling up tight on the sides, I'm like, oh God, I'm dumb. And then also we have someone else. Now, this has always been planned. She has always been planned for going in here. You can see I'm going to pull her out. I'm going to take her head off. And also, I want to see inside, if I can get that to focus. Maybe you can kind of see what's going on in there. Looks like a little hot dog, a little bologna. This is going to be pulled up just a tiny bit more, and then there's going to be glue, and I'm going to be adding a false foam floor that will give this area more places to adhere to. Okay, so I'm going to pull her head off. And she has always been planned like coming up out of the box. This is not, I'm telling you here right now, this is not wish fulfillment. This is not, I want to have a baby. No, 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 no. I'm 50, almost 54 years old. No, that ship has sailed. Okay, how do I put this? This is me. This is me. This is me. I think that's probably, would that work? This is me. This right here. This is me. This right here. But also, this is me. This is me. This is me. Okay. I wired her little arms because I wanted to be able to pose them. So she's got a little, I really wanted to use that strawberry stuff, and I realized, well, why don't I just use it for her? So she's got the little strawberry dress on, and she's got a little diaper on. I'm glad that I didn't do the mouth. She looks better without the mouth, because if you know my work, you know that I usually put a little mouth on there, a little smiley mouth. So she's going to be coming up out of the box, and because I've put the wires in there, I don't really need to anchor her any more than what she is. The bottom's going to go in, and I have some other little things that are going to go in here, but those things, including her and the lid, are movable, so those things can be taken out. It's the aspect of a play set. There's something I need to be able to move some things, if you know what I mean. There's part of me that really wants the head to be able to stay and move, and that may still be on the table as things go. And you can kind of see how she looks here so far. Now, once I get the dress done, she's also going to be holding those flowers that I showed. So that's another reason why here, because I think what I want to do here is I'm probably going to take off about 1 centimeter and then just flip. So this will be a much shorter seam here. If I do about 1 centimeter, it'll be about that much. And then I know I can come in about 5 to 6 millimeters on both sides. And the reason I know that is because I've worked with this pattern and this doll, so I already know what the sizes are and the fittings are. And then these are going to be separate pieces, I think. Again, I need to kind of wait and figure that out. Sometimes, in the past, with a couple of the dolls that I've made, I have attached it directly to the arms, and it's been like tucked into the seam, or the little edge around. So I basically tie it on kind of like a, if you've ever made a pom-pom, it's the similar sort of thing. And then I can kind of play with the ruffle and have it stick out. However, there's a part of me, again, I'm referencing a dress I had, that I think I may want to somehow attach it to here, or from here to here on the inside of the dress. I haven't made sense. I haven't chosen that, and I think there was another design that I had thought about, but I didn't like how short the ruffles were, where I would attach it. If this is the little bodice, it would be attached from here up at the top of the shoulder on the outside and run down to the bottom. But I decided against that one, at least for right now. There's always this element of, since the creative experiment that I did way long ago, 7 years ago, maybe 7 years ago now, that I don't want to get myself so attached to any one plan that I get really angry that it's not working the way I want it to. There's a part of me that feels as though I need to be in concert with the work, that I am not fighting it, and it will be what it's going to be, and it's going to teach me what I need to know. And when I say teach me what I need to know, I mean, you know, in the last video, having the sudden revelation of Cindy's dress being in the red or the green and white, although much smaller gingham. That sort of stuff. That I don't want to be so dead set on one design that if this doesn't work, then screw it. I'm just going to throw all the work out and start all over again. No. I have to work with what I've got. I have to deal with what I have. And when you're problem solving, which looks better, because that one sleeve that was tied like a pom-pom sort of thing around the arm, it looks fabulous. I love how it looks. It's a very different type of sleeve, though, on a very different type of doll. Incredibly different. And because I think with that one, this almost acted completely as the bodice. That's not how it's going to be here. So I kind of have to work with my artwork, if that makes sense. I do something, I see what it looks like. If it doesn't look good, I take it apart, I do it again, or I go to plan B, go to plan C. That's, yeah, making my trauma work for me. Make my trauma responses work for me. Anywho, that's what's going on right now, and this video is getting way too long. So I will see you in the next video. Hopefully, dress will be completed, little one will be completed, head will be completely attached, and the shoes, which are going to be burgundy. That's the thing. I need to find my burgundy felt. There's a reason for that too, but you'll have to come back for the next video because this is already too long.